Hi guys, today we're talking all about my hair because I got my hair cut 4 weeks ago and I also got it colored, and I've been getting a lot of questions about how I style it, what did I tell my stylist when I got it cut and colored, and I wanted to answer all those questions for you. And then at the very end of this video, I do show you how I styled my hair today, which is pretty much how I style my hair all the time. So this last time I cut my hair, which was 4 weeks ago, I asked to get it cut 2 inches. So before that, it was probably down to here, and then back in April or so, I think, is when I cut my hair a lot, and that's when my hair was down to like here. And that was probably the longest I ever had my hair. This time around, it was pretty much the same as my last haircut because I have the same stylist, and I asked her to just keep that same like long bob thing going on. So basically the back of my hair is slightly shorter than the front of my hair, so it comes at an angle, and the angle is not obvious at all. It's very, very subtle, but it helps my hair not feel like it's this heavy, chunky wig that's going all the way around, you know, like the same length. So that's why it is nice that it has a very, very slight angle that you won't really be able to notice unless you look at my hair from the side. Up here, the hair is a little shorter than down here. There's not a lot of layers going on up here either. I wanted it to be pretty even all the way across, just a little bit of layering throughout just so it doesn't feel too heavy. I always suggest getting some type of photo, an inspirational photo for you to show your stylist, because no matter how well you describe a haircut, it will not go right if what you're envisioning and what you're describing in your mind is not what your stylist is envisioning. And that has happened to me before, not here, but when I got my first job out of college, I was just trying to describe what I wanted and it came out all sorts of wrong. And at that time I was a reporter, so how I looked kind of mattered to me, you know. I didn't want my hair to look crazy, and it kind of did, so it was fine in the end, but I was very, very nervous at that time. But once I came back to Phoenix, I have been trying to stay with the same stylist, which is what I recommend because they just know your hair, they know how your hair grows out, so they know how to cut your hair, and also how you style your hair depends greatly on how it should be cut, instead of like a new person coming in every time and you having to tell them exactly what you want. So now I'm all about having a photo when I go to my stylist, and this time my hair inspiration was the actress Lucy Hale. Lucy Hale recently cut her hair around the same length, and she also has an ombre or like a balayage hairstyle going on where there's some color throughout. So I thought she was the perfect person to show as my inspirational photo. I have a person that cuts my hair, and that's separate from my color stylist. I don't know how you really describe it because I'm not in the industry, but you know what I mean. And that person colored my hair previously earlier in the year as well, so she kind of knew what I wanted, and I pretty much just said I want a caramel type of highlight throughout my hair. So the first time I colored my hair, we kind of kept the highlights up at the front, and this time I wanted it all throughout my hair, which is of course a little bit more expensive, but I thought it was worth it because I'm going to be carrying my hair around with me every single day, and I think it really brightens up my complexion instead of having really dark hair throughout. So that's it. I just said I want caramel highlights throughout, and we went with the balayage style where it's not like a straight ombre, where it's not like black and then brown. It's just like a really natural, like how your hair would naturally get highlighted if you were always out in the sun. And my hair actually does this on its own. Like a few years ago when I first wanted to get my hair colored, it was actually to get it all colored my natural color, because my hair naturally started to get like this because I think I was out in the sun a lot at that time. So then I asked to get it colored all my natural color, and then now of course I want it back like this. So you always want what you don't have. I like to clip the top half of my hair with one of these little claw clips that I use every day. I'm going to curl the bottom half first. I've already used some heat protectant, and I'm using the Tresemme Thermal Creations, one that you probably see a lot of people use. And I just spritz that all over my hair, and I did blow dry my hair earlier. I am using this 3-in-1 NuMe curling wand. I actually bought this with my own money because I see so many NuMe products out there on YouTube, and I was really curious about it, and I love this. So I actually think it's worth the hype. I tend to curl from the front because it's just easier for me, but it doesn't really matter. And you just gotta lay it flat, and I always, whoa, not a good representation of how to do it. And you just curl away from the face, and that's all I do, all the way around. And I hold it there for about 10 seconds. And I'll let it drop into my hand and let it cool a little bit. And while that's cooling, I usually just go back and grab a new section of hair. Sometimes I will apply a beach spray before I start curling, because if my hair is really clean, it won't hold the curl very well. But I'm kind of winging it right now, and it seems to be okay. So I'm just going to roll with it. You know what? I'm going to just do it. Add some texture. This is the Garnier Fructis style deconstructed texture tease. I apply this after I curl as well, but since I did just wash my hair to add a little texture and make it easier for it to grip, I'm gonna add some right now. If you're wondering what my top says, it says just one of the, and then girls is crossed out, and it says angels underneath. Just one of the angels, and it's one of the Victoria's Secret sleeve shirts that I got last year. I'm just gonna do this all around, and I'll be right back. I just finished curling the bottom half of my hair, and then I released the clip before I even hit record, and I thought, oh my gosh, I should have showed you guys what it looks like after, but it doesn't really matter since we are gonna curl the top anyway. I'm just gonna finish curling all the way around just like I did before, and I usually start at the front just because it's easier for me. Now we're moving on to volumizing the hair and really fluffing it out. So I'm using this Bumble Pret-a-Powder, and I'm applying some of this to my roots. So I will just part my hair a little bit like this. Right there, I'm going to apply some of this powder. And don't worry, we're gonna work it in right after I get this side. Get a little bit over here. Massage all that product in, and it gives that area some grit and a nice lift. So now we're going to shake out the curls. And apply some more of that texturizing spray. So this is again the Garnier Texture Tease, and I'm just gonna add some over here, add some on this side, and then add some in the back. Just lift up the hair and apply some underneath all that hair, and it'll help give your hair a lot of texture and allow it to just layer on top of itself really nicely to create nice volume. And now we're going to finish off with a little hairspray, and this is by Tresemme, and it's a travel size, which I love because the big one is huge. And then after doing all of that, if you want to go back and curl some ends, that's what my curling wand is still plugged in for. So I see some ends over here that are a little flat. And that's it for styling my hair. So it's pretty basic when it comes to how you curl your hair. It's like any other person that curls their hair with a curling wand. And this is kind of how I wear my hair if I have time in the morning to go get ready for work. Sometimes it's less voluminous than this, but either way, it's still pretty much how I curl my hair on an everyday basis. And that is it for how I styled my hair, my cut and color and all of that. Nothing too crazy, but I did want to have a video out there for you guys to answer all of your questions. And if you have any other questions that I may have missed, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all again really soon. Bye!